at the lunchandlearnshow.com, noon to 1 every Thursday, Central Standard Time.
All right, and now we're back with Jack.
Jack Snack. We get a Jack Snack
Ready
today.
for a Jack Snack, yes.
Hey, by the way, I'm excited to see a lot of people at our presentation at your meeting, Jennifer, Monday night, 6 o'clock at the Carolann Chili's. Be Harmony, be there, be square.
I know, Houston Be Harmony. We're going to be playing The Keys, and I thought that'd be a perfect theme and title for Mardi Gras and for Jack's talk. And Jack's going to be there, hopefully with some books, so that people can take a little bit of Jack Snack with them. And we've also got the American Liver Foundation coming in with Tough Talk with Tony Gambone and Wendy Gambone. There's a life walk in Houston coming up.
Are they bringing some livers with them?
That's what I was just thinking. Is there liver pate?
Chicken livers? I don't know, something like that. So we've got a full pack night, jam pack. We've got Jack coming in to speak to us. We're very excited about Be Harmony Houston. Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah. Other than that little snack, based on what we've just talked about in the top 5 list and best places to work, do you have a Jack Snack for us today?
Yeah.
Well, you want a Jack Snack?
Yes.
I will tell you this. If you had my calendar in front of you, you would see on March 3rd, this is the snack, and it comes from Dale Carnegie, so it is so appropriate to our conversation. And I quote, "Inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit home and think about it. Go out and get busy."
I love it.
Yeah. Very nice.
Now, what was happening March 3rd? It was today. You just popped it on your site?
Oh, today? Let's see. What was happening on March 3rd?
Today is March 3rd.
You're speaking to us.
I mean, there's always a lot happening. I'm not sure if there's anything special other than this radio interview.
That's right. That's what's happening today. So let me go through the next 5 of the top 10, and we'll get back to the winners are best places to work. Again, this is coming from CNNmoney.com. And the
Fortune magazine.
Yes. And we've got number 6, Zappos.com.
And I'm surprised that wasn't higher on the list, too.
And now this is out of a list of 100. We're doing the top 10. Then we have Camden Property Trust. And I've actually been involved in that group before and couldn't believe they made the list. And then Nugget.
I wasn't going to say a word because I saw another one on there that I thought, really?
Yeah. Then we have Nugget Market. Can't wait to read up more on that. REI, of course. I mean, fun, adventure. That would be a fantastic place to work. I would think a lot of outdoor, a lot of things to do with pets and families. DreamWorks. Okay, that's pets and families right there.
Yeah, and how is DreamWorks not higher either? I'm scratching my head about that too. And
that was some of
these awards.
And some of these that we haven't heard of, maybe what's bumping them. The new up and coming 100% participation in filling out all the best places to work forms.
Well, you know, participation is actually part of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny you mention that because one of the things that I do when I'm working with a company to help them make a list is we do an engagement survey, and by simply looking at the results, we can see what's going on. It's another data point, and I got to tell you, if I'm not seeing higher than 85%, it makes you go
Well, in my former corporate days, Jack, I worked for a financial institution that is no longer on this list, but was on the list for many years. And I recall filling out this form and trying to get everyone to have 100% participation. Now, I never had a problem because it was Looney Tunes asking them to do it, and it was fun. It was a fun place to work. But when you have branches like that, financial institutions that are separated by not just miles, but buildings, it is difficult. You have a totally different culture in every single building.
Yeah,
it's difficult.
Well, I got to tell you, I just read a statistics recently that talked about the source of jobs over the past recent years and a long time ago. And now the statistics will bear that more than half the jobs today that are available are jobs that are created by entrepreneurs in companies that didn't exist 10 years ago.
Oh, interesting.
And so if you want to keep employees and you want to keep hosting the best place to work, you had better allow employees to stretch their entrepreneurial wings, perhaps allow them to be entrepreneurs. Otherwise, it's just a matter of when, not if, they're going to leave the fold and they're going to do something on their own. They're going to start a company or do something outside of your company.
Well, you know, it's funny that you mentioned that. I've been working with somebody recently who was offered a position at 30% of the market rate. And the reason that the position is open is that the person who was in it before left. And, you know, there was a lot of emphasis during the interview process about, are you going to stay? You know, and you know, it just, one of the premises about any good place to work is that you're paying a fair wage. And you can get away with paying less than market if you've got a really great place to work, because if you're offering all of these other things that make people feel involved and contributing and are propping up their success, many times they're okay with it. They're not okay with not being able to make ends meet and pay the mortgage. So, and by the way, this particular place has a really nice nickname, which I don't think I can repeat.
Not right now. Maybe later.
Maybe later.
Another show.
Another financial institution, really large.
Yes, I'm familiar.
A couple of the very specific things that these companies are doing now to keep their good employees is there are more and more ESOPs emerging lately. The employees
what's an ESOP?
Plan where the employees really own the company, number one. And number two, some of the best companies now are offering what they call phantom stock, which allows employees to gain shares, not equity shares of ownership, but as if they own equity in the company, and the phantom stock is worth more the better the company does. More sales, more profit, whatever. And it's vested over a period of, say, 5 years. So they keep you interested in the company by vesting you on this phantom stock, which is imaginary equity, but people don't care. It gives them skin in the game.
Yeah, most people don't feel like they need real equity. If you're investing in something, it's for the dollar value it generates, I would think. We used to call those kinds of things the golden handcuffs.
Yeah, golden handcuffs is mostly a term used for executives, and that's typically on a much higher level in the organization, and that just discourages them from leaving because there's such a great financial reward for sticking around.
Absolutely. Well, I want to go into real quick what makes the number one ranked 2011 Best Place to Work SAS so great. What makes it so great? Well, a 14-year veteran on this list. Wow.
Yeah.
A long time. The software firm takes the top spot for the second year running. Its perks are epic, and I love that term because talk about the younger generation using epic all the time. My son does.
Epic.
That is so awesome, epicness. Anyway, its perks are epic. On-site health care. I've never heard of that. I think that's fantastic. On-site health care. High-quality child care at only $410 per month. Summer camp for kids, car cleaning, a beauty salon, and more. It's all enough to make the state-of-the-art 66,000 square foot gym seem like nothing special. By comparison, this year, strong employee feedback sent its numbers even higher. As we discussed before, participation can pull you up in the ranks. Says one manager, people stay at SAS, in large part because they are happy. But to dig a little deeper, I would argue that people don't leave SAS, because they feel regarded, seen, attended to, and cared for. I have stayed for that reason, and I love what I do for that reason. That acknowledgement and attention, and boy, is that family focused. That is a really family focused company. Have you ever heard of any of those attributes, benefits, or features in companies that you've been working with, Jack?
Sure. And there's a common thread there. There's a common golden thread that permeates companies like SAS and the other 9 in the top 10. And that is the ability of a company to have effective communications early and often about everything, good, bad, and ugly. The pipeline, the communication line is always open. They have open door policies. If something's on your mind, You can go into the office of anyone in the company because mostly people just want to be heard. They want to feel like their opinion is important. And all you have to do is give them an opportunity to communicate, and you'll keep them. You'll keep them for a long time.
Well, it's funny that you bring that up about, caring about the employees and keeping them around for a long time. I'm very much with you when it comes to open communication, and people want the truth. They don't want you to sugarcoat it because I know. And I'm not clear why people think it's a good idea to do that, because they know that they wouldn't want that done to themselves, and they also know that they wouldn't want to do that to their friends, but suddenly it becomes okay to do it in a business setting because we don't want to upset them.
Well, the opposite, Carolann, the opposite of these effective communication companies are the ones that treat their employees like, mushrooms, right?
Right.
They keep them in the dark and they keep feeding them sugar.
Yes. Much like itty bank. Anyway, had to get that in. So, it is definitely a contrast, and one of the things that I often bring up is about the whole idea of employee groups that are cost centers, as opposed to part of the team that allows us to earn revenue. And with my background in information technology, we were almost always a cost center, and it was a challenge when I moved into the consulting world to help people understand, especially as time goes on, that technology may very well be your differentiator. But it's still.
I'll mention, not to interrupt you, but I'll mention one thing that's real important, and it's a real little thing that businesses can do. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like we're on the radio right now, but every employee's favorite radio station is MMFG AM. You ever heard of MMFG AM, guys?
I've heard WIIFM. What's MMFG?
That's everybody's favorite FM station, but MMFG AM is make me feel good about myself.
Oh.
Because if you make me feel good about myself, I will look forward to coming to work. And if I'm the receptionist, I had better have business cards, because people are going to walk in and say, do you have a business card? You don't want them to say, well, no, I'm not really important enough. I not only want them to have a business card, I want their title to be the Director of First Impressions.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I like that.
I have a business card. I'm the Director of First Impressions here at ABC Company.
Yes, I love that, Jack. Thank you. And that brings us to a topic that I speak about a lot. I mean, what you just said, and the quote from the employee from SAS about being regarded, cared for, thought of, good feeling. It's about appreciating and acknowledging your employees. What's that?
Gratitude.
Yes.
The G word.
Yes.
The G spot.
Absolutely. And if you're acknowledging and you are appreciating your staff and your employees, especially finding out that a lot of them are not money motivated, it is a way to appreciate and award and reward, but don't just make that the only way.
Right.
Look at all these great benefits for families. I mean, I'm a mother of two, and I loved everything in that list. I'm going to go apply. I'm going to get really disappointed when they turn me down because I don't know anything about software.
Yeah.
I'm not really qualified. But boy, I want to go there.
I worked for IBM for 10 years. I don't know squat about computers either.
There you go.
Well, SAS makes a good product. I worked on it in college, and I thought it was a lot of fun. And that was one of my target companies when I came out, and unfortunately they weren't hiring. But I really thought that their software was a lot of fun and very progressive back in the day. In the fact that they've managed to keep their stuff around for as long as they have. Think about it in the IT world. Most things that were around in the late 80s, early 90s aren't around today.
Yep.
I'm going to probably date myself, but I remember a company, SAS, years ago, and it wasn't a software company. Do you remember what kind of a company it was?
Shoes?
SAS. Do you remember that from a couple of decades ago?
Shoes?
No, it was an airline, Scandinavian Air Systems.
Oh, that's right. Are they okay? I haven't obviously flown to Scandinavia. They're gone?
The airline's gone, as most of them are from 20 years ago, but I remember SAS being an airline.
Interesting.
Now you're going to be dangerous at your cocktail party tonight.
Yes. Cocktail party tonight. No, cocktail party tomorrow.
Ah.
It's still